Hey guys, there's some new news about the season 2 of Agents of Shield that came out. In a recent interview with, Clark Gregg recently added and spoke with IGN, and he talks about season 2 and how how different Coulson will be. And I'll try and put a link in the description for my blog where you can read it for yourself right there. Um, it's pretty interesting. The what he says about it. I mean, I'm not gonna go over it. He talks a bit about it. He's basically just he says that it's uh, he says he's very different Coulson than the guy who everyone knew. So, and which makes sense. I mean, especially with the whole him like finishing where he was like scratching in the like the wall with his pocket knife, in the same stuff that the other guy was doing on the glass. Like that was so like I definitely can't wait to find out what happens with that, and for that to happen, I could see a new Coulson definitely makes sense with all that. You know, what else he says here, different, he basically talks about how how different he is, and how you would, after going through all that, a person would have to be real different, and it would change a person's life completely. And and he talks about that, and he reviving himself, yeah, basically that's really what he talks about. Now that he's the head of Shield, he's the director of Shield. It's him figuring out what Shield is going to be, and what in the way it doesn't yet. How is he going to fix Shield and stuff like that, and how is he going to, get into all that stuff. And so yeah, I definitely hope that it sounds good. Sounds like interesting. Which makes sense. It's definitely interesting to see how this turns out. Watch Pretty Memory White. Yeah. He so even like I mean the whole him he even talks about how he watched Coulson had to watch himself talk about the pre-memory wipe, and stuff like that, and who was ahead of the project. Like, it was himself. He had to watch all that, and that must like change a person completely. There's just no way that you can't have it. And I definitely think it's a good not that the character is needed to be changed. I don't think that he needs to be changed at all, the character, but it's definitely interesting, going through all that. And if you look at the Coulson we have now and the Coulson that first appeared in Iron Man, there's two different Coulsons, like that really. Now we have the more, like, I mean, yes, we've given it's basically the same Coulson, but we've given him they gave him more character, more depth, and stuff like that. But that Coulson back then was basically just strictly, and was strict, and cut, and like a shield agent. He's just perfect and down to the, he was just he was just like that. And now all these events had to kind of break through, and break the rules and all that stuff. Whereas he hadn't really had to do all that, so it definitely would be interesting to see how much of a personal change, and it definitely comes out to it. So that's basically all there is, um, and he talks about how he's the director of Shield, and now we have no Shield, and all that stuff. So yeah, it definitely sounds interesting what he says. He talks a lot about that, the Shield and stuff like that, and bringing up Shield. So definitely is interesting, and I definitely can't wait to see this new Coulson in season 2. Hopefully we'll get I guess we won't get to see him much until season 2. I guess we won't see anything for Guardians of the Galaxy, but it would be awesome if we saw something of Coulson at least in Guardians of the Galaxy. If the rumors are true that Iron Man's in Guardians of the Galaxy, I doubt it. Maybe he'll report back to Coulson now that Coulson's the head of Shield. Because does Iron Man know that Nick Fury is dead? Maybe. We'll see. Peace out.